Hello, everyone. Welcome to my channel. I'm Sally, and this is Sally Chats. I am so thrilled to be able to talk to you about a subject tonight when God says no. A few years ago, my husband took the church where he was pastoring. Um, he was pastoring there when he passed away, and we were there almost 9 years. But when we first went there, the church was small and the income, could have been better. Not that the people weren't willing. It's just it was a small congregation. And so he wanted to get an outside job. And so as he began to look for work, he would go, he would apply, and then they would call him in for an interview, and the interview would go so good, and he would be so, excited, and he would feel so confident. I mean, he would come home with assurance in his heart he was going to get this job. And he would say, Sally, I'm going to get this job. I feel it. The interview, I just felt a connection with them. Everything went so good. And then he would not get the job. They would hire someone else. This happened over and over and over. And he began to get discouraged. And of course he would. What man wouldn't? And so we began to talk one day. And I said, you know what? You are not getting a job because it has got to be that God is saying no, because there's no other explanation. We could not understand that. We could not understand why God would say no. It just was no logic to it. It just was no rhyme or reason to it. But little did we know that after 4 years or 3 years of pastoring there, he was going to be diagnosed with colon cancer. And every moment that we got to spend together, I am so, so grateful. And I consider myself blessed beyond measure. If he had taken a job, it would have taken him, because we lived out in the country, far from anywhere. It would have taken him minimum an hour to get to work and an hour to get back, and then from an 8 to 5 job. I mean, that would have taken every day, 5 days a week, and he would have been away from me all day, every day. And now when I look back, God was giving me the blessing of spending those days with him. Oh, God is so good. Thank you, Jesus. What if he had gotten a job, because out of our desperation, we kept demanding and demanding and demanding, God, give me a job. I know you can do it. Give me the job. No, God was saying no, and we accepted it. And when we did, what a blessing it was. And I want to say tonight that if you are in a situation, maybe God's saying, wait. Maybe he's saying, not yet, wait. Or maybe he's saying no. Don't look at it with negative eyes. Look at it as, God, you know what you're doing. You know what you're doing. My husband always taught our church, and he believed it, and he lived by this. You do all you can do that you know is right, and you let God do the rest. He did all he could do. He applied for jobs. He kept trying to get jobs. And when God said no, then, that was God doing his part. But you do your part. And if God says no, trust him. He sees the big picture. He knows everything that's going to happen in our life from the beginning to the end. God is looking over us. He's watching out for us. He's got our back. God's got you. So be blessed until next time.